So picture this, you're a brand new coach, consultant, trainer, author, speaker, and you're doing your webinar or one-on-one sale. And right as the energy is amazing, you think you're going to go for the close. The prospect asks, hey, is this your only program or do you have any other upsell after this? And you don't know what to answer. Not only that, it kills the energy in the room. If there were any other prospects in the same room who are going to buy, they also get demotivated. Now everybody is looking at you and you don't know what to say. Okay, especially happens in the coaching industry or if you're promoting workshops or courses. And today I have a hack for you, simply called a 1-2 punch. The same punch that Sylvester Stallone used in the movie Rocky to beat up Ivan Drago right at the very end after getting beaten up throughout the whole fight. All right. So my name is Dr. Rajat Sinha. I'm a medical doctor turned sales coach. And when I was just starting out my sales coaching business in 2020, I was able to build up a portfolio of products, services, courses, etc., etc. And anytime anybody asks me this question, I figured out what is the absolute best way to answer it. Tactically, this is not about mindset. I'm just going to give you the 1-2 punch. All right. So welcome to this video. What I have over here is, do you have any other upsell? If a prospect asks this, the first thing I want you to do is I want you to have a portfolio mindset, which means I want you to draw out your entire portfolio of products and services as it will look if you were somebody like Tony Robbins. So I want you to future pace right now. Even if you're just starting out your business, just think about how your product portfolio is going to look even if you became as big as Tony Robbins. Okay. And what's going to happen is that Tony Robbins is now consulted by a lot of presidents, a lot of CEOs, a lot of big billionaires. And chances are that one basic course that he has or that he started out with, that is not enough to suffice or to or to give the solution to all of these people who have multiple complex problems. So obviously he has a plethora of not only courses but programs and workshops and live events and services, whereas coaching services, mentorship services, or other affiliate partners who may be giving certain allied services along with Tony to his clients. Okay, so there is no business which runs only on 1 or 2 products and services. Just think about Apple. They started with the iPod. When they researched, they started with the iPod, but they didn't stop at that. Now you got hundreds of different iPhones, iMacs, MacBooks, iPads, etc., etc. It's a whole ecosystem. No company actually survives on simply one product. So in your mind, I want you to have a portfolio mindset. Okay, and with the portfolio mindset, what you're going to say over here is you're going to keep looking at what are the top 1% players in your industry and figure out what are the different types of areas, sub verticals, and different types of programs or products that are available in each of these sub verticals. You're going to remember the technical words of these, technical words that your prospect probably doesn't understand. Okay, you're really going to go into a billionaire mindset over here. Okay, you're not going to make it easy for the prospect to understand the market or anything like that, but you're going to throw out technical buzzwords. So let us say if you're having a make money program like something on solopreneurship, if the prospect says, hey, do you have this your only program? Do you have an upsell? You're going to say, yeah, what do you want? Like debt restructuring, financing, package services. What is it that you need? We do everything. Okay. So like I mentioned earlier, you're going to have the mindset that I am in charge of this problem. If somebody wants to make money, I am in charge. That means if somebody doesn't know about active income, passive income, they don't know about the skills they need to have in order to become employable, even if they're looking for a salaried job, even if they're looking to become a freelancer, even if they're looking from employed to self-employed, from self-employed to entrepreneur, from entrepreneur to a fully financed C Corp company. Okay, you should be thinking at that level, even though you don't need to have products today. Okay, you don't need to start with that. When I started out with one product, but my mindset was, hey man, I'm going to be having everything under the sun. Okay, so if somebody asks you, hey, is this the only course you have, let's say for make money, hey, what else do you need? Do you need debt restructuring? What do you need? Financing? You need to become loan free, package services, entrepreneurship. What do you need? You're going to throw out these technical words so that first of all, you're going to take care of this like a jab that stops the big dragon in its tracks. Okay, you're going to say that. Let's say you are into diet or you have a diet plan or something like that. You're a diet coach for slimming or something like that. They say, hey, do you have any other programs? Yeah, we are into all the areas. What do you want? Metabolic, you want quantum electron, you want HPA access. We have products in all areas. Which one do you want? Why are you asking? Okay, you're going to throw out some buzzwords. It's like a freaking jab that, stops the dragon in its tracks. If you're into life coaching or something, let's say your program is on clarity, prospect says, hey, do you have any other upsell? You're going to be like, okay, yeah, I have everything. I have somatic, I have reconditioning, deep psyche, transcendental. What do you want? Why did you ask that? Okay. And you're going to throw out these buzzwords that tells the prospect, that just stops them dead in their track, telling them that it's too complicated for them to understand everything right now. It's too complicated for them to understand everything right now. Okay. Now, this is the first punch. This is the first jab. Now you're going to come up with a hook. Right? You're going to come up with a hook. So the first one is you're going to have a portfolio mindset, some buzzwords ready. Next, you're going to do reverse psychology on them. What is reverse psychology? You're going to tell them, hey man, why is it that you ask? You just told me that the problem that you have is over here. Can we just walk through the problem again? Is there something that you have explored that could be a better fit for you, or what is it? So you go back into their story, go back into their problem, just for a little bit, and you tell them, hey, based on what you told me, you have this problem, but let's go back just a second. Has anybody told you anything, or have you worked with somebody else who's told you probably a different potential solution to your problem? Tell me about it. We'll probably figure out where you stand. And obviously, they won't. If you've done the Mad Money script right, they won't have any answers by now. They'll say, no, I only asked because a lot of people have other upsells. Now, remember, there are two fears that the prospect has: the fear of losing money and the fear of losing face, which is the fear of looking like a fool. That means they may have bought some products in the past, and a basic product may not have sufficed their needs. Okay, so they are wondering, if they pay you the money, the need is not going to be met yet, you're going to push them an upsell. Or if they pay you the money, they don't get the result, and then they end up feeling worse than they have already felt before by not getting the result. That is their own internal problem, but you don't want them feeling that way. Okay, so you're going to ask them, why did you ask me? Okay, at the end of the second hook, which is reverse psychology, you're going to be like, based on what you told me, etc. Okay, I assume that this was your problem. What exactly is your problem? Are you thinking about the problem in a different way? Have somebody told you something, etc., etc.? Why did you ask that question? And they're going to say, no, I just wondered if there is something else. So then you're going to outline, imagine, you're going to be not only recognizing, cognizance is the first thing. The second thing is you're going to be elaborating on the prospect's two fears. Cognizance as well as elaboration. You're going to say, okay, here's the thing, Mr. Prospect, Miss Prospect. There are two reasons why people ask this question. There are two reasons why people ask this question. The first reason is that you're going to purchase this particular program that we agreed on, and you have a doubt whether this is going to solve the problem that you came with. Now, let me reiterate your problem. Your problem is that your body weight is 98 kgs, you want to get to 72 kgs. Am I correct? They're like, yes. So you're going to reiterate the problem solution scenario, and you're going to say, that's fine. The second thing is that chances are you have probably done some other transaction in the past, worked with somebody or something like that, and you did not get the result after you spent the money, and that made you feel horrible about being cheated. Am I right? They're going to say yes or no to it. So first you're going to reiterate the problem. Your problem is that you think that you have to get from 98 kgs to 72 kgs. Is that your goal? Yes. Okay. Your first doubt is that this program is not going to help you get there. They're going to say yes. Okay. Second thing is, maybe you've done this before in the past and you end up feeling cheated. Is that it? You're not going to ask them details about who did you work with and all, nothing. You felt like you were cheated, yes? They'll say yes or no, whatever. Okay? You're going to say, perfect, I understand your fears. When it comes looking at your possible situation, your unique situation, you got to come from 98 to 72, and your particular demographics and the exact problem you told me, the exact situation you are in, I think you should not go for anything else right now. I'll be happy to offer it to you, but you should not, I don't think you should be looking left, right, and center right now. I don't think your problem is too complicated. You get me? So what you're doing is you're doing reverse psychology over here. You're behaving as if they asked you to buy something else from you. You're behaving as if they asked to buy something else from you, to buy an upsell or a top up from you. And you're saying, based on what the problem you have is, I don't think you should think left, right, and center right now. I think you should focus and get this result first. So you're focusing them back on the result while giving them certainty, reverse psychology. I think you should get this result first from 98 to 72 kgs. And if you work with me properly and I'm happy with your progress and I'm happy with your sticking to the plan and you don't cheat yourself and you don't disappear, if you're a good student, then at a certain point, if you ask me again, I'll be happy to tell you about other things we can do. Okay, just say it exactly like I said it. All right, so in the reverse psychology model, what you're doing is you're showcasing as if they are wanting to buy something else from you, but you don't want to sell it to them because they have to prove themselves by achieving the goal that you agreed, which is they have to come from here to here, whatever. Okay, so this actually gives them more certainty than you giving them answers. It gives them more certainty. They're like, okay, this guy is amazing. He didn't want to upsell me. He does have other products. And based on the verbiage, based on the vocabulary this person used, this coach used, he or she obviously knows more about the market than I do. So I'm in the right hands. Okay, simple tactic. Slap on the portfolio with some complicated buzzwords. And number two, use reverse psychology to narrow it down and identify their fears and outline them. Whoever speaks the fear first is the authority. Remember that. Whoever speaks, articulates the fear first is the authority. So you're the person who should say, hey, the reason people ask me these questions are two reasons. Number one, that you feel that the goal will not be achieved. Yes, reiterate the goal. Second thing is, have you been cheated in the past and you felt like you were cheated, you felt bad about it? Yes or no? Perfect. Then instead of defending yourself and saying, yes, I'm going to get you the result, you say, if you achieve this result in the time we have agreed, and if you're a good boy or good girl, good student during this time, at some point, if you ask me again, I will let you know. But at this point, I think you should not look left, right, or center. This is only going to complicate the situation. You're not going to get the result. Do you want to get the result? They're going to be like, yes. Okay, this is where you pay. Simple. Okay, so this is how you hold the frame, hold the authority. Simple tactic. And this should keep you on top and keep you answering all kinds of crazy questions and objections in your sales pitch. Okay, hope this is of value. If there's any other situation that you're facing, please let me know in the comments box and I will make a video specifically for your situation. Okay, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.